One extra tool I'm working with today is this 5-inch monitor. So it's a 5-inch Hollyland MARS 1 enhanced, and it has built-in Wi-Fi. So if you have that connected to your camera, then you can be sitting in like this and watch it on the HollyView app. And you also have access to all of the tools that are on that monitor. So if you want false color, if you want waveform, then you've got that. Focus. So really handy. And you can see here on the right there, you can take a still of this image or you can record it, stop it, and it becomes something that you can watch back. A handy way to remember your setups, remember your looks, and do that while you're lighting at your board. Hi, I'm Luke Sierveld. Welcome to another episode of Meet the Gaffer. Today we're going to do some comparisons between indirect light and direct light, tungsten and LED. And just to make it easier for the tungsten unit, we're going to balance everything to 3200 Kelvin. So that's what we've got now. Here I have a 2K, so 2000 watt open face ARRI, a light I've had forever. It's been sitting up in the garage loft. I took it down for this, and here we are bouncing it into a 6x ultra bounce and then back through a 6x of magic cloth. So just very straightforward book light. Check our reading to the unit. 60 and 15. All right, and we definitely have 3200 Kelvin, or at least in that vicinity. This says 3060, and our outdoors light out there is 3500, so still on the warm side. Okay, so this was our 2K open face, and now let's put the Nanlux Evoke 1200B at the same location into the same bounce and see what we get. This will probably be on the warm side, so let that cool a little. Okay, nice and dark. We've got blackout next. There we go. So that's 75%. 64, so I'll come down to 70. 60. 15. Interestingly, that is the Nanlux Evoke 1200B at 70%, and it's giving me the same as that 2K open face. This is with a fresnel. The 2K fresnel had a lot less output than the open face tungsten. So fresnel on the 1200B makes a difference. Now I am hearing the fan and it's in smart mode, but I don't know if you hear it. So that is a thing. If I went to silent, then it would be at 50%. We need just a little bit more than that to get what we want here. All right, so we still have our sort of open sky, the blueness of that with the back windows, and then we have the warm 3200 light coming through the window there, and so that's sort of motivating this, and that's 675 ProLight Orion into the Aperture Spotlight Max. And I'm just using it with cutters, not with any kind of gobo. So it's just coming through here. And then there's also single net there, just to take that down a bit, but we do have mainly overcast. That is our book light, and with those two units, tungsten and LED, here you can compare the frames lit by tungsten and LED. There's maybe a little more pop to the LED on the right, but the camera settings were not changed. 400 ISO, 180 degree shutter, and FPS at 2398. All right, now we have a CRLS. That's a number 4, 50 millimeter, with the 1200B into that, and the 1200B is at 100%. I tried a number 3, a 50 centimeter, and it was a little harsher, and I didn't need to have the unit on as much, but this kind of gives the same sort of feel, the same sort of softness. You know, just to camera here, it's 60-foot candles. The fill size 18, so the sun's come around a bit, but it's all softened by the clouds. So yeah, this is another way to go. And you know, so many options, but you can get that same sort of soft, wrappy feel. And amazingly, you know, this is just one 50 centimeter square. Now this is with the 1200B in its fresnel, so you could get a much tighter unit so that you don't have all that spill around it. You could also put this into in front of an ultra bounce, you know, that 6x ultra bounce. We could do the same thing, have that come back like that. So yeah, interesting dynamic. I don't work with CRLS that often, but I'm encouraged to do so. So I'm trying, and here's an option. And here we add the new frame. You can see that because I haven't contained the spill on the ceiling and all, there is a little more ambience on the background walls. But other than that, still quite similar. And now let's have a direct light. And for that, I was thinking we could use the Godox NoLed F600Bi 4x4 flex light with the diffusion that comes with it. No snap grid or anything, just, you know, sort of like the 6x that we had, but this is a 4x4. And now let's see, we got 70-foot candles there. 64. Let me just tweak it down a little. How's that? 60. 11. 13, okay. In the same range as we had before, just a smaller source, but direct and a lot less GAC. So now we can compare this look to what we had before. And yeah, there you go. Just a quick comparison, and it was also a matter of looking at that tungsten versus the LED. A lot less amperage needed to get there with the 1200B, but this now is a 600 watt unit that's only at 16%. So let's just check the color as well. 3200. Yeah, so anyway, I thought that would be an interesting comparison. So now, just for fun, I moved the 4x4 F600Bi back a ways and put our same magic cloth up. So now we're going through a double break, and I've brought this back up to 60-foot candles, and now it's even that much softer. So, you know, as far as the shadow goes, even that much softer than it was, and you know, you're only using 65% of this unit, and it's a 600 watt unit. In other words, you can use a lot less output going direct and still get the softness. So we'd have to compare how this softness compares to the softness of the booklight. We're definitely losing the light out there. So we could reduce this to keep that, you know, the same, or we could take the single off. We could tent that and make our own light source out there. Anyway, not about the background. It's more about, you know, trying out some different things here. for our main source. And now this is an interesting option as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. And while we're here, you've got the Long Road Creative meter cases. Nice tight clasp for your belt. Get your Shikonic in one of them. I flip that around. Maybe that makes it a little more tight. And then for the color meter as well. Boom. Really nice.